Imagine paying top dollar every month to rent a rundown apartment, while paying a demolition crew to wreck a solid, paid-off home you already own. It sounds like an absurd way to manage money. Yet this exact sequence of events is playing out with public funds in Northern California. Shasta County officials are executing this very real estate strategy right now. To understand this, we partnered with Shasta Unfiltered, a local journalism outlet dedicated to serving the North State with honest, unfiltered news, and they've been tracking the paper trail. What that trail reveals is a municipal property strategy that borders on the paradoxical. Local taxpayers are unknowingly funding a financially destructive cycle that warrants immediate investigation. On this map of Redding, Shasta County leases over 178,000 square feet of scattered office space. This massive footprint pushes the annualized cost to taxpayers well over $2 million. With automatic 3% annual escalators, that financial burden compounds every year. Here is the irony of that setup. A significant portion of these highly expensive private leases are housed in buildings constructed in the 1950s and 1960s. The county is locking itself into predictably escalating premium rates to rent outdated private facilities, diverting millions away from investing in the assets it already owns. One of those county-owned assets is sitting idle right now. The old courthouse on Court Street offers approximately 77,000 square feet of mid-century steel and concrete construction. Officials often point to the presence of asbestos and lead paint to justify knocking it down. However, standard industry methods like encapsulation, where hazardous materials are safely sealed behind protective layers, are highly effective and cost a fraction of total demolition. Furthermore, Cal OSHA regulations classify any commercial building built before 1973 as highly likely to contain asbestos. That means the aging private buildings the county currently leases carry the exact same environmental risks. As for structural integrity, there are currently 0 publicly available reports indicating that the old courthouse fails to meet modern earthquake safety standards. The environmental and structural realities of older buildings are solvable maintenance issues. They do not automatically justify the destruction of a massive 77,000 square foot public asset. If we look beyond Shasta, a baseline of normalcy emerges. Across California, local governments routinely preserve and modernize their historic civic structures rather than destroying them. In Contra Costa County, the 1933 Wakefield Taylor Courthouse continues to function as a critical daily operating justice facility. The Riverside County Courthouse offers another example. Its classic Beaux Arts facade was restored, allowing the facility to actively serve its community well into its second century. And the Santa Barbara County Courthouse proves that century-old buildings can remain safe, heavily trafficked public spaces while maintaining their iconic architectural character. Shasta County actually has a pressing need for a building like this right now. A proposed alternative custody program for male reentry is facing active lawsuits from residents who oppose placing it on East Side Road over safety concerns. Repurposing the empty old courthouse could solve that location crisis immediately, moving the program to an appropriate civic footprint while mirroring the successful money-saving preservation strategies used everywhere else in the state. Yet, there is a glaring omission in the county's logic. Despite public records requests, officials have completely failed to produce a feasibility study analyzing the costs of repurposing the old courthouse. Moving forward without that study guarantees 2 outcomes: the permanent destruction of local civic history and locking taxpayers into an endless, compounding cycle of private lease agreements. The mere presence of mid-century building materials is an entirely insufficient reason to spend tax dollars demolishing millions of dollars worth of public infrastructure. To keep local government accountable on issues like this, make sure to like this video, share it with your neighbors, and subscribe to our channel. And you can demand transparent answers directly. Scan the code on screen or visit shastaunfiltered.com to unite community action with honest journalism and help hit pause on the demolition.